Good morning. Happy Monday. How are you all? I hope you're doing well out there. It is Monday. We are going to do the weekly reading. And I'm also going to be putting together a eclipse reading in a different video. But one of the things I got last night as I was thinking about doing this weekly reading is I was asking Spirit, what is this week going to bring us? And the word that I heard was clarity. And so let's do a reading around that today for this week. So hello, everyone. Good morning. If you are new to me, welcome. Please like my Facebook page for the notification when I go live or when I have different events happening. Also, if you're seeing this on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for when I drop new videos. So we got a lot of good things going on, and I hope you're all doing well out there. This is definitely difficult energy, very, very heavy, dense energy, these eclipses, because it's transformation time. And so, yes, I am Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with integrated energy therapy. And I'm very, very excited to be on this journey with you. If you're just finding me, welcome. If you've been here for a while or since the beginning, thank you. I'm glad you're here. So we're going to do a reading for this week to see what Spirit wants us to know. But I think the whole summation is that there's going to be clarity this week around what you need clarity on. And for some of us, it might not feel good. For some of us, it might be that eye-opener because we haven't been wanting to see something. We haven't been wanting to directly look at a situation or a person and see that full picture. We wanted to continue to see them through the lens that we wanted to see them through. So whether that was the rose-colored glasses or an old version of who they were. So I'm not saying this clarity is necessarily a bad thing, right? This clarity can be a very good thing. For some of you, it might be being able to see where there's opportunity. You might be able to see where there is a new way, right? So I really feel like this is going to be transformational. But for many of us, this transformation is very internal, where we're shifting our perception. We're seeing things from a clean lenses or from a different angle. And it's allowing us to open up. It's allowing us to say, hey, I can see that I have been holding someone to a certain standard, or I can see that I've been holding myself to a certain standard. I can see where I've been maybe giving somebody way too many free passes, right? Or I can see where I haven't been giving myself enough free passes. So wherever this perception and clarity is coming in for you this week, and we're going to dig in here with the cards. But I feel like that's what this eclipse season is bringing us. And we have I believe, solar eclipse in Libra happening in the next 5 days, because I believe it's on the 14th. I can look that up, and I probably should have looked that up, but yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We had the Tower and the Fool come out. Look at that. The Tower and the Fool. And I think that really sums up the energy this week right there. That yes, it could feel like a tower moment. It's not that you're going to have a tower moment. It feels like it. It feels like this revelation, this new clarity or perception is going to really dump you out of an old way of thinking or an old way of feeling. But that's bringing you into this brand new road, right? So it doesn't mean that anything has to end. It may for some of you, but for some of you, it could just be putting the situation on a new trajectory, right? A new road where it's like, oh, we can navigate this now that I can see where you're coming from, right? Why you're talking from that perspective, or why you're saying those things that I couldn't understand. I couldn't internalize, right? Because it was too far away from who I am, or it was not what I wanted to hear, right? So I simply was not hearing you. So I think this is just so apropos, the Fool and the Tower. So yeah, Will there be a surprise this week, or will there be a sudden change? Possibly, but it's gonna be in the perception. It's going to be in the, wiping your lens clear or seeing it from a new angle and being like, "Oh, that's why I've not understood that person before," or, "Oh, that's why they're doing the things they're doing," right? And now all I can do is change my reaction, right? Because we can only control ourselves. We can only control ourselves. So we can control our reaction to the situation way better than if we kept coming at it from that very single mindedness, right? Where maybe you just kept getting angry over and over about a situation or choices and decisions somebody was making, but you were only seeing it from your lens of how you would do it, right? So sometimes we project, sometimes we can project very often, right? Our own set of beliefs, our own set of morals, our own set of programming, right? And for some people, they need that grace because their programming is different. Their morals are different. Their beliefs are different. Not good or bad, just different. And when you can see through that lens, whether you agree with it or not, at least it gives you a space in which to have dialogue and conversations that can be more meaningful and more beneficial, right? If it's meaningful, it's more beneficial. Yeah, because this has been coming on for a while. The King of Pentacles, slow moving energy. This has been coming on for a while. This has been coming into your awareness for a while. Um, Obedience causes harmony and peace, calms anger in anyone. Yeah, I feel like it's not that you have to be obedient, right? It's not about you being obedient, but it's about you coming into that awareness and really coming into your own um set of moral codes or set of how you expect, maybe projecting your expectations on someone else, right? Oh, you're trying to get obedience from someone else, right? And that's not going to work. What we have to do is we have to be open um to the light. Yeah, so the Page of Wands came out with that. Yeah, it's time for a new beginning in that relationship. Page of Wands, how we think about that relationship, um, how we think about the ways, the situations, the obstacles in that relationship, right? Really kind of coming into this new perspective of how to change the situation. Sometimes we have to accept it or walk away from it. But those are really the only 2 options we have in any situation, whether it's a romantic partner, a boss, family, friend. Um, can you surrender, right? Let go of any preconceived notion or expectation, right? Allow it to be what it is and be okay with that. Or do you need to say, I can't be okay with that, and now I have to be very honest with myself that I've been maybe putting my own beliefs or morals or expectations to the background, right? I've been kind of not keeping my boundaries, right? Because I wanted to keep this person or situation in my life. And I knew that if I changed, they would change and it may not go well for me. I may not know if they're going to step up. I may not know if they're going to be what I need. Um, yeah. So some kind of new beginning this week, Ace of Wands. So we have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So something is going to transform this week, whether your perception and you speaking your truth brings things closer, or whether there's finally this decision that this doesn't work, right? But it's a new beginning either way, and it is for your benefit either way. So the 3 of Cups is, keep working, keep talking, um, keep loving, right? Let every conversation come from that heart space. Let every conversation come from, I want what's best for the whole situation, you, me, and whoever else may be involved, right? But the hard conversation may have to come up this week because the clarity and what you're getting, the perception that you're now seeing, um, the clear glasses that you're seeing through, keeping very strict boundaries. Yeah, I feel like, I feel like this is the precursor to what this eclipse season is bringing us. So if you're not part of my guidance group, Guidance 311, please feel free to go over and join us there. I actually did a pick a card for the weekend with the Magic of the Unicorns by Diana Cooper, which I'm going to pull us some more cards to go with this message as it falls. Oh gosh, and this card came out this weekend. It is 4-4, right? You are supported. Number 44, the angel number 44, you are supported. It's the I am presence. I am that I am. Expanding your stellar gateway. So this really is a week of coming into your who you are at a higher self level, what you need to reach that higher self level. So this really is about moving away from any way in which you are putting yourself behind, letting other people have more, be more, do more, kind of on your back. This is what this week is about. It's really getting clear, really getting the clarity, really sitting with yourself and saying, am I being the I am that I am? Or am I letting someone have part of my power? Am I letting someone else control my decisions? Am I letting someone else have too much room at my table? What they're not bringing enough, they're not respectful enough, they're not loving enough. So, if you want to read what this card is about, feel free to go over to Guidance 311 for the pick a card. It is there. So I'm not going to take the time to reread it. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Darlene. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Steph. Good morning, everyone. Please hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. So let's get some advice for this week. I feel like we need a lot of advice this week because I do feel like you've been coming into this transformation, but this week really begins the process of having the conversations, even if it's just having the conversations with yourself. Having the clarity with yourself where you have known, you have felt, but you kept putting it to the background. You kept saying, it'll get better, or I don't want to upset the apple cart. But I feel like in this energy, it's bringing it about. There's no more leaving the apple cart not tipped over. So let's see what the angel guidance wants to be for us. Yeah, because this is about you loving yourself. This is about you accepting who you are, loving yourself. This week is really going to allow you to love yourself more by putting up the boundaries. Again, speaking from your heart. Doesn't mean you have to come at anybody with any kind of accusing or any kind of negative, you can say things from a place of love. But you have to accept who you are and what you need, right? And it's okay to. You got to give yourself permission to accept who you are and what you need. In all situations, in all relationships. That you are talented, that you are gifted, that you are loving, that you are worthy. That you are worthy. You are worthy to be respected. You are worthy to be reciprocated, right? Just reciprocated. Wouldn't that just be enough, right? Just get back what you're giving out. It's not like you're wanting more. You're not wanting to be put on a pedestal, but you're wanting reciprocation, right? I'm giving to you, and now I'm just asking for you to give back to me in the same way, or in a similar way, or in the way that you can, right? Some people are very limited, and that's okay. But as long as they're trying, right, it makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. I think I got a couple there, and I did. That's okay. Yeah, because this is a week of intuition and downloads. So this is where the clarity is coming from. If you're like, how am I getting this clarity? Yes, you're getting the clarity from your intuition and downloads. So it is okay to trust and act on them, right? Spirit is bringing you what you need for the clarity, for the new perception, for being able to see things from that other perspective, so that you can now step into your power. You can now receive. You can now even just have the room to allow in people who will love you, give to you, be there for you, reciprocate your energy, your energetic output, right? And so this week, hello, Melissa. This week, it's going to be important to surrender. Surrender into what you receive. Surrender into everything is working out for your highest and greatest good. You just don't know how and why. But by speaking your truth, you're going to move the needle. By being honest, you're going to move the needle. By keeping your boundaries, you're going to move the needle. And it's time. So surrender is a practice. Surrender isn't something we just one and done. Surrender is a practice. So if you need help with the practice, I would say meditate this week. Use your affirmations this week. Use your Hertz music this week. Use your grounding this week. Because it is going to be important for you to surrender. Just let the conversations, let the relationships be what they are. They're either going to step up and start reciprocating, or they're not. But that's on them. All you can do is stand in your power from a place of love and compassion. Speak your truth, keep your boundaries, because that's where the good stuff comes in. That's where you start receiving the financial abundance. That's where you start receiving the most compatible soulmate. That's how you start receiving what it is you want in your life. You set the intention. I'm not allowing this, but I am wanting this. And then you surrender and you let the universe join up the dots and bring to you that which you need, that which you want. But it's not going to happen if you keep letting somebody else off the hook, or if you keep expending your energy in a way that it's not being reciprocated. And so you're always at this energy deficit. You're always in the deficit. And when you're always operating from a place of deficit, you don't have what you need. You can't manifest what you need. You can't keep yourself safe and stable. All right. Let's get a Christ consciousness deck too. I don't want to say it comes with a price. It doesn't come with a price. It may feel like that, but really what it comes with is freedom, right? It comes with freedom, because if someone isn't giving to you and they're not reciprocating and they're only taking from you, right? You're being held hostage energetically, because you're not able to manifest what you want. So you're not, and maybe even manifest what you need, right? So this is why it's freedom. Ultimately, it's freedom. It may not feel like it at first, because sometimes we have to grieve the loss. We have to grieve the change. We have to accept that things aren't going to be the way we wanted them to be or thought they would be. But again, if you're being authentic, if you're speaking from a place of love, and the situation or the person can't meet you there, then it's not for you anyway. So it's ultimately freedom. It might take you a minute to get there, but it also, the freedom also opens up your energy for people who will give to you, be there for you, love you in the way you deserve, the way you want. It's okay. The heart. What would love do? And there it is. This week, if you speak from love, if you speak from a loving place, if you send your love out with your words, drop down into your heart. And if you have to actually put your hands on your heart to be able to drop down into your heart, then do that in the conversation. They won't know what you're doing. You will. But if you can allow love to be the guiding force, if you can allow love to be the energy of the conversation or the day or the interaction, whatever it is, things will go way more smoothly as you start getting clarity on different situations and people, as you start being able to see the whole picture and not just part of the picture, part of the picture you wanted to see, right? Sometimes when we're in a relationship, we only focus on the really good part of someone, and we're all dualistic, right? We all have light and dark. And sometimes when we go to see the dark, it's too overwhelming, it's too much. So we just kind of ignore it. We just let it go. But that at the end of the day is going to be the thing that bites you in the butt. Because by not addressing it, by not looking at it and saying, can I accept it as part of that person, right? Then ultimately things will not work. If that darkness is too much, if that darkness is addiction, if that darkness is narcissism, if that darkness is selfishness, if that darkness is manipulation, right? And they're not willing to look at it themselves and transform it themselves, right? So this is about really coming at everything with love, and let love be the lens in which you look through everything this week as you get the clarity. And for some of you, it's like you're getting the clarity in dreams. For some of you, you're getting clarity in your meditations. And some of you are going to get clarity on the spot. It's going to be like all of a sudden your eyes are just way clearer when you're looking at someone and you're starting to see way more about that person in the moment. And so it might be a situation where you just need to step away before you say anything so you can reconcile this new clarity with what you had thought. But yeah, this is what this eclipse season is bringing us, is the transformation of ourselves, but of the situations around us through gaining the clarity that is going to bring us what we need. Because at the end of this eclipse season, beginning of next year, there is going to be some kind of change or reset in your life where things are going to look much, much differently than they do now. And I feel like this week is beginning that. This week is beginning that change, which is why for some of you, it may very well feel like a tower moment as you get this very specific, clear picture or perception of a person or situation where you have to decide, is it, yeah, the fire god, disruption, warns of disasters, aids in transformation. And that's what this is all about. So it doesn't have to be a disaster. It doesn't have to be a major disruption if you are coming at it from love. If you're coming at it from the idea that everything is working out for my highest and greatest good, and I needed to see this situation for what it truly, truly was so that I can then course correct in the way that I need to. And then if they course correct with me, awesome. And if they don't, then I have to go on. And I know that's really devastating sometimes when it's your partner. Maybe it's been a partner for a very long time, whether it's a family member, right? Close family member, even a child. Or it's that boss or that team member that you felt like was family. You've been at that job or that place for a very long time. So, however this is resonating for you, it's bringing you through into where you want to go, where you need for your purpose, your life, your happiness, your stability and safety. But it is going to feel uncomfortable as you get the clarity and then decide how you want to proceed. And as long as you're proceeding in some way through love, on the other side of it, you will be in a better situation. But it's going to look different. So I'm going to leave it there, I think. I'm sending you so many blessings and so much love. Have a beautiful week. Absolutely, Amy. Absolutely. I have had to, for the most part, disconnect from my mom. Not that she's a bad person. She's a lovely person. But there was definitely issues in my tissues because I was her firstborn. She had me at a very young age. She wasn't ready to be a mom. And there were things, and you're making me cry. And there were things that I had to overcome. I had to heal from. So yes, I understand. That is a hard one. That is a really hard one. And it takes time. I actually had to totally disconnect from my family for a couple of years, didn't do any holidays. They were all very angry with me. They didn't understand, most of them. Some of them did. We now have a relationship, but it's very different. And it's definitely me staying in love, but also keeping my boundaries very high. So I send you lots of love and light through that situation. But yes, these are the difficult ones. These are the hard ones, but they can be navigated and you can get to the other side and you can have the love and the light and the relationships that will fulfill you. So have a beautiful rest of your week, everyone. Sending you so much love and light. If you didn't check out my latest video on YouTube or weren't able to do the live 2 days ago, I actually did what is IET and why you need it now. And part of why you need it now is because of all of this energy that's coming at us. So if you're in my energy tonight at October 6th, Monday night, we're going to do an IET share, which is also an information night. So if you've never been exposed to IET and been wondering about it, you can stop down at 54 Seymour Street in Auburn Park, right on Holly Street. The parking is behind the building off of Holly Street. And I hope you'll join us. You don't have to stay the whole 3 hours. It is 6 to 9. You can drop in for 5-minute empowerment. You can drop in for information, or if you would like to be a client for those IET practitioners who will be practicing. A lot of good stuff going on tonight. So really, really looking forward to being at Crystal Clear Health and Wellness, 54 Seymour Street tonight. If you're in my area, stop down. I'm just asking for donations if you're able to, just to cover the cost of the lights, honestly. All right, guys, have a beautiful rest of your week, and we will talk to you soon. Sending so much love and so many blessings to you, Karen.